Hello and welcome to my channel. It's Jaden James with Refusing to be Mediocre. I help people reach their full potential and succeed in all areas of their life. And this video is going to be about 5 books that will help you on your self-development journey. So these are 5 books that are really good for maybe beginners that haven't even read a book on self-development, or someone that's just again looking to improve their self-development journey, improve on their self-development journey. So a book that's not often recommended, he does have his own YouTube channel which I'll link below. This book I just thought was simple, easy to follow, and just gave you practical ways to actually improve your life. And it's called Master the Day by Alexander Hein. And he really talks about, how to improve in small doses each day, and I really believe that small steps add up over time. So I really recommend this book. It's fairly priced as well. You can find it on Amazon, I'm sure. So yeah, and check out his channel if you're into that sort of content. Yeah, so that was Master the Day. I would definitely recommend that. That was a book I read probably about a year or so ago, and that really did set in the notion that you can just do small things over time and it compounds and leads to bigger results rather than on-off action. Now I know that lots of people talk about this book in self-development, but it actually surprises me when I come across somebody that's never heard of it or even read it. So I had to include this, as this was one of the first books I ever read in my self-development journey many years ago at the beginning. It literally changed my whole mindset on finances. So this is Rich Dad Poor Dad. I know that so many people talk about it, but if you haven't read it, definitely recommend being one of the first books you read. To be fair, you just can't read it enough. There's always something new I get out of it if I read it again. Yes, that's Rich Dad Poor Dad. I mean, it's actually quite a fairly old book now, and he does have newer books, but I definitely recommend starting with this one. And then next up, I'm really big into habits and how habits can literally change your life. And this is called The Slight Edge. And it's turning simple disciplines into massive successes, success and happiness. I actually read this a while ago, but again, this is definitely a book I'd read again. And it kind of gives you, the title kind of gives you the idea, is that how you can just get the slight edge in life and how to be successful, basically. Yeah, definitely recommend that. Now this is more of a spiritual book, and there is actually now a movie, but like usual, it definitely doesn't do the book justice. And he's probably my favourite author. I have had the honour of meeting him as well. And this book's called A Way of a Peaceful Warrior by Dan Millman. And honestly, this book is incredible. If you are into spirituality or even want to begin on a spiritual journey, this is definitely a book that you can understand. It's not complicated. You don't need to be like spiritually enlightened or anything. It's just a really incredible book. It's actually a story, so it's not like there's no actionable steps in it. It just gives you definitely a different perspective on life, and yeah, I could read this over and over. And he has a series on The Peaceful Warrior, so there's a good few more books after this. So if you do enjoy it, definitely check out the other ones that he has. And lastly, and this is a random book to suggest, I know, but again, this changed my life because I believe that your environment basically has an impact on your mindset, then the action you take, because your mind has to be in a good place to want to maybe take action, like exercise and stuff. You're not going to exercise if you're in a bad mood, let's put it that way. I mean, I have always been a tidy. I would suggest it first. It's The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying by Marie Kondo. You may have heard of her. But again, not many self-development channels probably talk about this. It's probably more minimalist channels. But yeah, I definitely found once I sorted out my environment and kept on top of it, you know, did some decluttering, you know, that stuff, it blocks your mind and it takes away from your creativity. So if you maybe are a bit of a messier person and you don't keep on top of your house or your space, whatever, your bedroom, I definitely recommend this. She does have a small series on Netflix, I believe, which was really useful, but again, nothing like actually reading the original book and getting the tips from that. So yeah, I hope these were helpful to you. If you have either read them or plan on reading them, drop us a comment below and just let us know what you thought of these books. And if you've got any of your own top 5 books and you want to help the rest of the community that watches these videos, feel free to give your suggestions in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and hit the thumbs up, as I will be releasing weekly videos on how to improve and become the best version of yourself. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.